Every year, farmers around the world lose millions of dollars to an unexpected rival. Not drought or disease, but wild animals searching for food. From cornfields to peanut farms, the quiet struggle between cultivation and wildlife is unfolding in real time. But instead of conflict, a new kind of defense is emerging, one powered by data, drones, and intelligent design. This isn't about chasing nature away. It's about learning to live alongside it. And what's happening on these farmlands might just redefine the future of sustainable agriculture. Across a quiet stretch of countryside, farmers wake each morning with the same question: will their crops survive another night? Beneath the calm surface of green fields lies a constant struggle against nature's most persistent visitors, wild animals searching for food. From boars trampling vegetable beds to deer slipping through fences in search of corn, the balance between farming and wildlife has never been more fragile. The past few seasons have seen record damage, forcing communities to rethink how they protect what they grow. If you enjoy learning how technology and innovation are reshaping life in the countryside, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps. US, keep exploring stories that connect people and nature in fascinating ways. Before dawn, we joined a small protection team in the outskirts of a rural district known for its vast peanut and maize plantations. Instead of rifles and traps, their equipment looked more like something out of a research lab. Motion detectors, infrared drones, high-frequency sound barriers, and solar-powered alert systems that light up the fields like miniature beacons. Their goal wasn't to harm the animals. It was to guide them away safely. Before a single stalk was lost, the air was cool and still as they spread across the landscape, setting up monitoring nodes every 100 meters. Each sensor could detect movement, heat, and vibration, instantly relaying signals to a central hub inside a small farmhouse. On a large screen, digital maps displayed the real-time positions of animals moving near the perimeter. The farmers watched silently as colored dots flickered into view evidence that a herd had begun to move toward the north edge dot by the time sunlight broke through the mist. The first challenge of the day had already arrived. A cluster of motion alerts appeared on the monitor. The herd had crossed the outer boundary and was closing in on a newly planted area. Quickly, the team activated a perimeter response. Drones rose quietly from the launch pad, gliding low above the treetops. Equipped with bright LED strobes and soft sound pulses, they created a moving barrier that gently redirected the animals away. Within minutes, the herd shifted direction and disappeared into the forested hillside. No injuries, no destruction, just a perfectly timed intervention. One of the senior technicians explained that these operations happen almost every night during harvest season. The wildlife isn't the enemy, he said. They're simply trying to survive. The key is learning to communicate without confrontation. That's why every system here is designed to deter, not destroy. The sounds mimic the natural warnings animals recognize in the wild. Predator calls, echoing footsteps, and fluctuating light patterns that imitate movement. It's a language that nature itself understands. A few kilometers away, another team was testing a new innovation: automatic field fences made from smart polymer wires. When an animal brushes against them, the vibration triggers a mild ultrasonic pulse and sends a signal to nearby posts. These posts then create a zone of light and sound that encourages retreat. It's quick, silent, and entirely non-harmful. For local farmers, this approach has changed everything. No more lost nights patrolling the fields with flashlights. No more ruined harvests after a single rampage. If you're enjoying this behind the scenes, look at how modern farming meets wildlife protection. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps us bring you more real-world innovation stories like this one. As the sun climbed higher, the temperature rose, and the team began collecting data from their network. Every night, the system logs hundreds of detections tracking species, movement speed, and time of activity. Over the months, these patterns help researchers identify which animals pose the most frequent risk and at what times. This information is then shared with neighboring farms, forming a regional defense grid that's both proactive and eco-friendly. One of the young farmers, barely in his 20s, showed how he manages the entire farm from an app. With just a few taps, he can view live feeds from cameras, adjust the deterrent zones, and even trigger voice alerts that simulate a human presence. He laughed, saying that sometimes the animals get so confused, they simply stop and stare at the speakers before walking away. What once took a full night of guard duty now fits into the palm of his hand. Despite the technology, the team admits that there are still nights when things get unpredictable. Heavy rain can short-circuit sensors, and thick fog can reduce drone visibility. In those moments, quick thinking and coordination matter more than any gadget. That's when the farmers rely on teamwork, alerting each other through radios, repositioning lights, and adapting to the animals' movement patterns in real time. It's a mix of human instinct and artificial intelligence working together to protect the same goal: food security. Across the world, these systems are becoming part of a much larger story. Wildlife populations are expanding into farmland as natural habitats shrink, creating new challenges for conservation and agriculture alike. In some regions, smart deterrent networks have reduced crop damage by nearly 70% within a single year. Governments and agricultural institutes now see this as a model for peaceful coexistence. Proof that protecting farms doesn't have to come at the cost of harming wildlife. By early afternoon, the team began dismantling their setup for maintenance. The morning had gone smoothly, with no incidents reported. From above, drone footage showed vast green fields shining under the sunlight, healthy, untouched, and full of life. Beneath that peaceful image lay the invisible web of sensors, cameras, and transmitters that made it all possible. It's technology quietly doing what humans once struggled to achieve through force thought at a nearby control center. A researcher analyzed the previous night's footage. He pointed to a clip showing a group of wild boars approaching a maize field, only to stop abruptly when the warning lights activated. "This is how balance looks," he said. "No fear, no conflict. Just space shared intelligently." As the day came to an end, the farmers packed their equipment and prepared for the next night's watch. For them, this wasn't just a job, it was a responsibility passed down through generations. The tools may have changed, but the mission remained the same: to protect, to adapt, and to respect the land that feeds everyone. Before we wrap up, if you're enjoying these insights into how farming communities are transforming through innovation, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep telling real stories that matter, from the smallest village farms to the biggest agricultural breakthroughs around the world. When dusk returned, the landscape came alive once again with distant animal calls. Motion sensors blinked like fireflies as the next cycle of protection began. And though the technology was silent and precise, its purpose echoed loudly through the hills, a promise that nature and human progress can still move forward together, one field at a time.